All right, peace, family. Doc is in the building, and I wanted to come and address something for Black History Month that has to do with something that's very common history that is misunderstood. And that is Point Comfort, Virginia, and the White Lion slave ship that brought 20 and some odd Negroes to that particular place. It's been stated repeatedly by scholars that the people brought there were African, and that is absolutely false. And I wanted to talk about it because I have published this information in the book They Lied About the Slave Trade and in other books that I have. And there are people online attempting to debunk the information, but I want you to walk yourself slowly through research. And the importance of this is us telling our own story. And particularly here, I'm speaking about Indigenous Black Americans telling their own stories with great academic acumen. And so here's the story that they gave. In 1619, the White Lion slave ship, as a pirate ship, attacked another ship from the Portuguese, the San Juan Batista. And according to what you can Google right now, the San Juan Batista was leaving Luanda, a West Central African port, and traveled to Veracruz, Mexico. And on that journey to Veracruz, the White Lion captured about 60 of the Africans that were on board and eventually took those Africans to Point Comfort, Virginia. That is the conventional story that is told. That is an absolute academic failure. And so let me give you the documented history so that you will know. The San Juan Batista was in Luanda, and it brought slaves through the transatlantic passage. 350, according to the original records that are in Spain, embarked on the ship. 203 of the brothers and sisters died. 147 disembarked, but it wasn't in Mexico. It was in Jamaica. You can go to the Slave Voyages website and verify everything that I'm saying. And so 350 people got onto the ship. 203 died. And out of those Africans, 147 landed in Jamaica. The San Juan Bautista then proceeded to Veracruz with no slaves because they all disembarked in Jamaica, according to the record that we have. At Veracruz, they picked up 24 Black people who were not African. They were Indigenous Black Americans. And when you look at the history of the area and the original inhabitants and understand what the dynamic was at that particular time, you will understand that the Spanish were enslaving Black people in Mexico City, in Veracruz, in Campeche, in the Yucatan. And so they picked up Indigenous Black Americans as the San Juan Bautista was leaving Veracruz. The White Lion captured the ship and took them, those Negroes, to Point Comfort, Virginia. And so the entire commencement of the celebration and remembrance of the slave trade has been taught to you academically incorrect. And if there is anybody online, any scholar, any university professor, any online hood scholar, anybody that can disprove this information, I will pay you for it. And I'm waiting for your rebuttal. Peace.